Michael Seibel, Y Combinator CEO, gave an entire playbook on everything YC teaches in 10 minutes. I'm going to do it in 9. These are the exact rules that built companies like Airbnb, Stripe, and Dropbox. But this isn't just theory for me. We applied it at doola. I'm the founder and CEO. We're a YC-backed startup that's raised over $13 million and helped over 15,000 founders from over 175 countries start a business. But what you didn't expect is that there was a 10th rule that YC did not explicitly teach, which I'm going to share. Let's get into it. The team. Before you write a single line of code, most startups are dead because they do not pass the team test. You need a team of co-founders ideally, where at least half the team is technical. Why? Because you need someone who can build the product and someone who can sell it. So make sure you pass the team test. Co-founders, half the team is technical. However, if you cannot find a co-founder, remember, it's better to have no co-founder than a bad co-founder. Lesson 1, get your founding team right before you even have an idea. Good teams will find ideas. Bad teams will kill the best ideas. And remember, most startups don't die because of the competition. They don't die from homicide. They die from suicide, which is internal conflict. The idea. Now you have a team, it's time to find the idea. And Michael's advice here is, don't go looking for ideas that you haven't experienced yourself. Solve a personal pain point that you've experienced. Also, it's helpful to solve problems that are daily or weekly problems versus yearly problems. It's much easier to build a company around daily problems like Uber, going from A to B, versus yearly problems like buying a car. Lesson 2, solve a personal problem that you face daily or weekly. Don't hunt for an idea, solve a problem you already know. The market and legal. Founders love to waste months on market research and legal paperwork. Here's the YC way to do it in one afternoon. For the market, spend 1 hour, just 1 hour, and this is your question. Is this a billion-dollar market? Is money being spent here? And you don't have to spend months on this. You can literally go on Google or on an LLM and do some research. Are there companies in the space? How big are these companies? Competition isn't a bad thing. It means there's money to be made here. For legal, if you want to raise money from US investors or sell to US customers, you need to incorporate in the US. Now, as a founder, your time is the single most valuable asset. Only you can build the product and only you can sell the product because it's just you and the team to start. So if you're spending your time on anything but talking to users and writing code, you're hampering your chances of success from the get-go. Your market research should only take 1 afternoon, definitely not 1 month. And for incorporation in the US, just do it. The MVP, minimum viable product. This is the second place most companies die because they're too scared to launch. You should be embarrassed by the V1 of your product because you need to get feedback, put it out there, see what users think. And if no one wants it, yes, that might hurt, but trust me, it feels good because you now know, crap, that wasn't the iteration. Thomas Edison didn't fail 1,000 times. He found 1,000 ways to not build the light bulb, but he eventually did. I think it's the same way here. Always be launching. You should be able to launch your MVP in less than 2 months. I would even argue in the age of AI, it should be less than 2 weeks. You've launched, now you need growth. This is the single most important metric that investors will look for. That's because a startup equals growth. Michael Seibel lays this out in 3 paths. There's ads, which aren't his favorite and honestly aren't my favorite too, because you're paying the ad platform and then you need to pay them again. There's no compounding value. Then there's referrals that could be from customers or partners who are affiliates who are referring your offer. And then there's my favorite and his favorite, word of mouth. It is the most powerful form of marketing, not TikTok, not Google, not Meta, word of mouth. It's free and it's earned from having a fantastic product. Also, you can build sharing and virality into your product. Lesson 5, growth is your only job. A startup equals growth. I've also recorded a dedicated video on this channel on the one number that all YC startups use as part of the primary metric framework. You can check that out later. PR or public relations, you're probably tempted to spend lots of money on PR. Michael even actually talked about spending over $150,000. Don't. And here's the reason why. PR is like business development, where it takes time to build relationships. I even made the mistake of thinking, wait, but PR is the way we have to market ourselves. Yes, PR could technically do that, but the truth is, if you organically build these relationships and have a cool product, PR companies will want to talk about you. Lesson 6, do your own PR. Treat PR like business development, build relationships, and this is your sign to build in public. That's a form of doing your own PR. Fundraising. How did we raise $13 million? Well, Y Combinator has two critical pieces of advice. The first is, put yourself in a position where you don't even need the money. That might sound weird, but the truth is, in life, oftentimes when you don't want or need something, they want or need you. That could be a relationship or it could be an investor, which means if you're profitable or don't need the investor's money, they're going to want to give you money even more. So keep your costs low and grow. Investors will want to throw money at you. Number two is speed. Look, we are all herd animals. FOMO is real, fear of missing out. So when it comes to fundraising, you could fundraise with a conversation here and then a month later have a conversation, or you could stack all of your investor conversations into a tight timeline and run it like a sales process. That way you can actually create FOMO and run an efficient process that's a better use of your time as well. Lesson 7, raise money by not needing it and utilize speed and batching by putting all of your meetings into a short time period. Operations. What's the number one thing that kills startups as they grow? They spend too much money. That's it, really. Keep your costs lean, read your bank statement every month, and don't do what you think you should do, which is spend more money because you're becoming a bigger company. Lesson 8, spend less money, read your bank statements every month. Hiring. Your company is growing, and now your job is to build the talent because you can't do everything on your own. However, your goal is not to just get work done. Your goal is with every hire to increase the intelligence of the company. Your first employees and employees as you grow should be smarter than you. Why? Because you are an average of the people you spend the most time with. Also, smart people attract other smart people. And before you say, hey, we can't build because we don't have 100 people, Instagram sold for $1 billion with less than 20 people. A small focused team can do a lot. Lesson 9, hire slow and make every new hire smarter than your current average. Those are the 9 official YC lessons, but I told you there's a 10th they don't explicitly teach. And this to me is actually the key to determining if you succeed. In startups, I actually believe there's only 2 emotions you experience: extreme euphoria and extreme terror. And a lack of sleep exacerbates them both. You might one day feel like king of the world. You've just raised $13 million. And the other day, your product might be broken and everyone on social media is saying this company sucks. The entire key is to manage your psychology and manage your mind, which leads to the 10th lesson: ignore the crabs and climb Cringe Mountain. Life resembles a bucket of crabs in that, did you know in a bucket of crabs, if a crab starts to climb out, the other crabs will actually pull it down and try to break its leg. That's because they don't want to see the other crab escape. That is you when you were building a startup. It's not that other people don't want to see you succeed, but you taking action reminds them of their own insecurities. You have got to ignore the crabs. Go for it. Go after your dream, build this company, ignore the crabs. And also, you will be climbing Cringe Mountain. People might say you posting videos on YouTube or you building your startup is cringe or not cool. They are the naysayers, and I promise you, on the other side of Cringe Mountain is the Valley of Cool. Do not quit. You cannot lose if you don't give up. I am rooting for you, and remember, intensity makes a good story, but consistency makes progress. So that's the entire YC playbook in 9 minutes. Michael talked about how growth is the most important metric, but we breezed over it pretty fast. And the truth is, most startups don't die because they can't build the product. They die because they can't repeatedly acquire customers. The good news is YC has a brutally simple playbook on how to acquire your first 100 customers. If you found value, please subscribe and check out this video next.